Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Kim from DIY Dream Weddings UK, and I'm going to just show you the next part of this textured wedding bouquet. And yeah, it does look a bit funny at the moment, but what's going to happen, like I always tell you in most of my videos, is that we're going to have, this is going to be where you would put your flowers on the front of the bouquet, and this is where we're going to put our handle. Okay, so basically what I want to do is cover all of this bowl, and so I've got as far as this. If you want to have a look at back on the other videos, you're welcome to. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just, I showed you how to plait all these pieces of wool, not all of them, but how I've done these pieces of wool in the other video, so you can go back and have a look at those. Also how to make this base as well. So what we're going to do now is just start gluing these pieces of wool onto the top of our bowl, just like this, or the base of our bouquet, the front of our bouquet I should say. And what I like to do is, obviously what you want to do is make sure that these plaits aren't going to come away if you cut them. So I'm doing this with hot glue. Okay, I'm just gluing these on, and I'm going to cover all of this little bit here with my plaits that I've already made off camera. Okay, like this. So then I've got a few different plaits here that I'm going to glue on. So there's one here. So I think I've got enough. I think I've got enough here to do. And the reason why it's all dragging along the bottom here is because I want to just glue it along the back of the bouquet to cover that side as well. So trust in the process, people, especially if you're doing this, you're going to be doing this project. It is a little bit messy, goes through a messy stage basically. So yeah, so I'm just going to cut this off. Okay, hoping, yeah, just going to cut that. I tried to cut that right down because I want that to, I'm going to cover that with my decorations afterwards. Okay, so then we've got this one. I think this is the last one I've got, and I'm hoping that will, yeah, that covers most of it. So then what we'll be doing is putting some little plaits in between, just to we can use the ends we've cut off, just to cover all of this white along the edge here. Now I can turn it over. I can do that now in a minute. I can turn it over and we can see the next part of this project coming along, hopefully. How we're going to do the back of the bouquet, how we're going to cover that. Okay, because we make all our bouquets from scratch. Hope everyone's well, by the way, and they're enjoying these projects. Thanks for coming along and having a look. Okay, so yeah, so that's as far as we got with that. So what I thought was, when we've cut these ends off, always keep your ends, because you can actually use these to fill in your little gaps. Okay, so let me just come in a little bit closer, you can see what I'm doing. Okay, yeah, it's still recording. So I'm just going to basically just put these little plaits that I've cut off the ends of these plaits, and what I'm going to do is just put them, just place them in here. So you can make some more up if you want, but if you cut, you can save your materials by doing it this way. Okay, and be careful that you don't cut anything else. My scissors are so sharp I end up cutting other things I shouldn't. So yeah, just keep, so I'm going to just fill in as much of this as I can along here. Oh, it's a bit wet, that glue. Don't worry too much, because you will be covering some of this up with your flowers or whatever you're going to be putting on here. We're going to be putting these discs on here, these little discs and things are going to go on there. I'll show you what I mean. I've made some of these little discs, and we're going to put them on as patterns, as decoration. Do you ever find you can't get the right words that you need? Right, okay, so not sure I'm going to do these edge bits. I might put some plaits along there as well. So I might do that last actually. So if we turn this over, like I said, the handle is going to go in here. So we've got onto this bit now. Got some bits of glue on my fingers here. Right, so what I wanted to do was bring some of these pieces, I can't do it with these, I might be able to plait them. Bring some of these pieces round and maybe plait them towards the handle and do it that way. That's what I thought. Perhaps we could plait them like this and then bring them in. So I'm wondering whether to put the handle on now. So should we put the handle on? Might be the best idea. And then what we'll do is we'll decorate towards the handle, because we'll be bringing these. Now I know how I'm going to do this. You need to work out how, well, I'm doing this for you anyway, but if you were doing this on your without basically I need to know how I'm going to do it first. That's why I didn't put the handle on. Also, decorating with a handle on this side is difficult when you're doing the front. So yeah, so I thought we could do that and then just bring it in. So I think that's what we're going to do. I was going to use another piece and put it on top, but I don't think I'm going to do that now. So this is what I was going to do. And you could decide to do this. I was going to put another piece on top like that, but I don't think that's necessary now. So what I want to do is make sure that I know where I want to cut that. So I want to cut that there. So what I'm going to do is just push my knife in there like that. Sorry about the table wobbling a bit. There we go. That's got a bit, cut that a bit far now. Be careful you don't cut your hole too far inwards like I have. Just gone all the way along there now, hoping it will still work. But this is really, I know I'm doing all this, the whole thing, but it is really like a prototype for me because I've never done this before. So it is, but I'm doing these videos as it actually is working, and if I have problems with it, then I will come back and show you. So it is a little bit like trial and error, some of this. I haven't done this for a long time. Hold on a second, just lost the cardboard inside the, I've lost that in there now. I've lost that little bit of cardboard in there. Oh, it doesn't matter, I'll leave it in there. Okay, so that is what we do. And then what we do is we just, I might actually ribbon that first now. I'm thinking, I don't know how I'm going to cover that handle because it's a little bit loose. So what I might do is put some plaits around the handle and then put that in. So I might have to come back. I've got an extra one here. So what I might do is this. I'll put it in that way. I'll put it in that way. I'll put it in with the rough end first. But I will be just gluing these plaits around like this, I think, somehow. I'll probably do them in bits actually. I could use this, couldn't I? I could do that now. I could start it now. So this is my idea, is that what I'll do is I'll do a same as I did. So I'm going to just bring this around the handle just to cover it. So I just think that might make it a bit thicker, and it might not be so loose then when I go to stick it in the cardboard. Okay, so you can see now sort of how this might be coming together. I say might. So just cut that there. It's a little bit rough around the edges, but you can work out maybe how you might. So it's a bit thick now. It's a little bit experimental. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to go through there now. It's too thick. So we could ribbon it, or we could cut that hole bigger. I'm thinking let's cut that hole a little bit bigger. Just a little bit bigger. So I'm just gonna, all my bits of cardboard have gone inside the hole, but don't worry, you can get those out, but I haven't got time on the video, so I'm just going to leave them in there for now. Okay, it's just want that. I thought that might help it to, because this is wool, I'm not used to working with wool, so let's just run out of glue now. Right, okay. Right, I'm just going to glue that like that. I might actually go, let's go all the way around here, because I'm thinking if I do that, that might help it a bit if it's all the way around rather than just. See, I'm making this up as I go along, guys, so do so I'm going to cut the end of that off, just see how that goes in there. Bit more, bit wider. I should cut a bit more off. I'm a little bit worried about that not being too wide, but then right, let's do that. So I'm going to just put some glue around this, push it into the. Right, so that works, okay, because that's thick, that's going to hold in there. I think it will. I say it's going to, I've never done it before, but so I'm going to cut these bits off. Okay, and like I said, it's a bit rough around the edges, but that's because I haven't done this project before. You might want to look at these videos and think, well, actually I could put a piece of ribbon along there where it's a little bit rough or whatever. So right, so we're going to carry on. So now we've got the handle in, we can actually work towards the handle. I didn't know I had all these odd pieces of plaits. Actually, it's quite a lot of odd pieces of plaits that I can work with here. So we could put some more. Actually, I'm going to leave that for now, the handle. We'll do that afterwards. Now we've got it in. And I'm going to just bring some of these around and plait them and see how we get on. Okay, so we're going to just plait these. It feels a bit weird doing it flat like this, actually. See how it looks on the other side. So that's what I'll be doing on here. I'm just basically seeing how would I connect that up, and would I need to cover it a bit more underneath. But I think so. You could even bring those plaits around the handle. We'll see how that works. So it's just basically seeing how this is going to actually pan out, you see. So you would just bring that over like that. Sorry about my hair getting in the way. Is that too close? No, I think that's okay. So we'll just do... So thanks for watching if you do. I do appreciate you having a look and seeing where this funny little project is going. It could look really good afterwards, see what I mean? So it's going round. It will look good afterwards. I'll make it look good. So we go around the edge, but we can actually fill in these little gaps afterwards. Okay, so what I might do is just go around the whole thing and then glue it down. Cover this as much as I can because we don't want to see this cardboard underneath. And let me do it this way. I've got this weird, it feels funny doing it flat for some reason. I don't know why, but it just does feel weird doing this flat because it's not quite. Not sure if that's right. I'll do that again. So it's just getting your, working out what way you want to do your plaits as well. You know, well, that's it, like that. That's better, isn't it? Then we come to the middle and then we do it like this. Just keep bringing one over the other like that. Okay, like that. So we're just gonna, so that's what I'm gonna do. I've got hair in there. Just bring those as close to the handle as I can and all the way around and see how that works. Okay, so you can have a go at that too. You might want to bring them around straight or flat and try it that way. So it's like I said, it's all experimental how this is going to work. So bring that one over, 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 like that. So what I might do, I need to start gluing those on or not. What do you think? Do you think that's going to work? I think it will, you know. I don't want to get to the end to find out it won't, or to the other end and find out this isn't going to. I know there's going to be a few gaps because there's bits where I haven't got these plaits to go round, but most of them. So we do. I was worried about the weight, but I don't think it's going to be too heavy. I think it'll be all right. The wool's quite, this is wool, so it's quite light. So can you see how lovely that will be when we cut that off? And then you'll have that on the other side. And then what we'll do, you might be able to see more what's going on now. I can imagine it now, how it's going to work. So what I might do is, I might start gluing these on. I really like that effect. So we'll start gluing these on, okay? And we'll take a chance as to whether this is going to work or not, okay? And if it doesn't, we might have to change it, but it's okay. What we'll do, we always normally end up changing this as we go along. So this is, so I'm going to try and make that as tight as I can, that plait. Okay, we're on 18 minutes, so we're not too far in. So I'm going to just put some glue down there. Okay, and glue that in. So making sure that plait is really tight so that you can't see. I'm going to bring it right up close here so that you can't see in between those plaited pieces. Okay, so it's nice and tight. Okay, I'm not going to cut these ends off yet because I'm not sure what I'm doing with them. So yeah, we just bring this really tightly. So if you do come and have a look at this video, let me know if you can see how it's coming along or not. You know, can you see what I'm trying to do here, or is it difficult to see? If it's difficult to see, trust the process, but it'd be lovely to know what you think, because to be honest with you, this isn't something I've done before, so I'm going to have to go with how far that will reach across, and we might have a few gaps in between our plaits. That's fine, we can cover those up afterwards. We can always cover things up afterwards when we're doing our projects. Okay, so let's bring that in. She says, trying to tell you. She hasn't got a clue herself, but she's trying to tell you what to do. Yeah, so we'll bring that in as far as we can. I think that's what we'll do. Sometimes you do this a certain way and then you think, I wish I'd done it the other way, but that's the design process. That's how it works. So you just gotta trust in that. Okay, you have to trust that. I might find that it doesn't go round quite as well as I want it to, but this is what I'm doing for now, and I might come back and show you, well, I will come back and show you if things don't quite work. Like I normally do a little tip, a video that I call a tip video, or a little live or something. I'm going to start doing lives on here a bit more regularly, because I can see that my other live worked really well. So yeah, so anyway, I'll come back and I'll show you somehow if it doesn't work. I always do, and I always try to say to you, well, I do say to you, do watch all these videos to the end if you're going to create these things, because I haven't always got a clue what I'm doing when I'm making these videos until I've actually come to the end of the project. There we go. So we're doing that, and we're just bringing these around. Okay, be careful, you get a little bit messy along here. I think that's where I've pulled it over. You see that? But that's okay, we can cover that. Okay, that's where it's not quite come straight around this side. So you can see how this is developing. So I'm going to go away now and carry on with this, and I will show you the next bit. And if there's any changes with this, like I said, I will actually let you know what these changes are, even if I come back and show you in the next video. Okay, because I'm not quite sure how this is going to pan together. Okay then, so thanks so much for watching this, and if you did, don't forget to press the like if you like this video, and give us a little comment below. And you can also subscribe to this channel to get more videos just like this one, and it also helps the channel to grow. Okay everybody, so yeah, we're getting there, aren't we? Look, okay, all right then, take care everybody, bye for now.